Hey, good morning, everyone. And this is Earrings by Angela, where we learn, live, and create. Welcome to our gratitude series, you guys. So I decided to sit outside and really enjoy this whole day because if you've been following me for a while, you'll remember that I told you I broke my ankle. So me being able to come outside and sit and do this with you is so amazing. It's so healing, you guys. Um, it was a goal, you guys. I was like, I gotta get outside. I gotta get outside. So from our first episode, where I talked about, can we be, grateful for this good night's sleep? I share with you the reason I started sharing my or creating a gratitude journal. Um, and it's been a long time. So guess what, you guys? And here it is. Took the big clip off because some of my pages are falling out. But this was the first journal that I started, right? And it says, some people dream of success, others make it happen. And this was not intended to start out as my gratitude journal, but it did end up becoming my gratitude journal, okay? Sorry, you guys. Allergies and someone's mowing the lawn. That's great. I love the grass. It's great. It's great. So, in the beginning, I would just write, things like quotes and stuff that inspired me. This was even before, I'm looking at the date of some of the things that I did. So this was even before I um I got this journal before I retired. I retired in June of 2017 from the school system. And okay, so my first journal entry, you guys, I had to wave it so you don't cheat and try to read ahead. You guys, my first journal entry was September 5th of 19, I mean, I said of 19 nothing, y'all. I want the 90s back. No, I'm sorry. Of 2018. Why did I say 19? Like, if it was 1918, I wouldn't even be here. You wouldn't even be here. What? Okay. So, what I do is I always write the date and then I always write the time. And so, my very, very, very first entry, um, and I was mistaken because I think last time I wrote that I was grateful for this purple pen, but I did remember purple because look, it's purple, you guys. I wrote with a purple pen. But my very first entry um, is I am grateful for my coffee and creamer that I get to enjoy this morning, right? Because how many times do we have to rush off to work? And it's like, oh my gosh, now I got to take my coffee to go. I just can't really get into it like I want to. I want to listen to my jazz. I want to read a book or something like that. But I don't know what was going on this morning that I was able to have it. But I was grateful for it. It must have been really peaceful, you guys. Well, I'll read you the whole morning's entries and then we'll back up and talk about it. Then I wrote, I am grateful that I have my own breath. You guys, that was 2018. That was important then, but how extremely, extremely, extremely important is that now, right? Because we're in a pandemic and Corona is like a real thing. Like, I've lost members, friends, family, to it, and some people are really still going through it, and just to be able to wake up and reread this now thinking, wow, I mean, that was a really powerful statement. It still is. It really still is. But we don't have to depend on, you know, if I'm writing this, I wrote this, I wasn't having to depend on oxygen to help me breathe. So I am grateful for my own breath. And I'm sure this is around the time when I started taking yoga classes, right? Where you learn how to control your breath. And you guys don't know this, but I have asthma. And so that's been a real thing. Like, I don't want to use the asthma pump. I want to learn how to control my breathing, right? So that was one of the reasons I believe that I wrote that, because I was probably like getting ready to train to run or something. Because I be trying to run, y'all. Wait till this ankle. Y'all ain't, when this ankle gets all the way back better, y'all can't catch me. I'll be running. Mm. Let's continue. I am grateful that I woke up this morning. Raise your hand if you're grateful to be here, right? I know I made a video about that. I'm grateful that I get to wake up in the morning without an alarm. This had to be the weekend, y'all. Or a banking day or something. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look and see what day this was. I'm like, well, when didn't I have to get up with an alarm? Oh, I hear the truck moving. That means my bro is about to hit the road, y'all. He a truck driver. I'm excited because that's another story. Haha! I lied. Here it is, you guys. I found it. Here's the entry where it says, I am grateful for this purple pen in this notebook. I told y'all I wrote about that. Y'all had me doubting myself for a minute. It wasn't the first entry, but it's in the first ever entry. Y'all don't come for me now. I'm just messing with you. I don't want to read this one, but I'll read it anyway. Because y'all gonna be like, what she be watching? I am grateful that I can watch Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, write in this notebook, write in this gratitude, and ease into the day. Y'all, I used to love that show when it first came out. Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. Because I love, like, that whole era. It was pretty cool. So I know I was like, what? When I caught it, I don't even know what channel it was on now, but I was like, what? I caught this. This is amazing. And I get to watch it. So it must have been, it had to be the weekend, y'all. I'm really going to find out. You know what? Matter of fact, y'all do it for me. Go find out when the heck that was. The date was September 5th, 2018. What day was that? If you find out, put it in the comments. Okay? Might have a little something for you. We'll see. We'll see. I am grateful for my mother. Listen, y'all. My mother is, I had said she was 71. I tried to roll that beautiful bean footage back, but she is 72. So you do the math at that time. She wasn't. My mother and I have a really close relationship. Really, really close relationship. Like, I always say that my son is my best friend, but you know, my mom was my best friend. My dad would be a close second. We have this thing too, but you guys, my mom, I swear, like she never used to raise her voice to us. I mean, she would yell to us like, "Hey, time to come in," you know. But for her to just fuss at us and yell at us, she never did that. You could tell when she was upset though, because her words got sharper and she enunciated every last syllable. And guess what? I realized I do the same thing. Although I might yell at you, I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna keep it real. You know, I'm only human. Um, but she's so like, man, she gives so much wisdom that it's like, I remember going through something and it's a lot of things that you know, as you growing up, whatever. But it was like, I don't even remember what it was now. Dang, because there's so many, you know what I'm saying? But whatever the reason was, she was like, mm-mm. Don't you try to get revenge on that person. No, no, no. Your greatest revenge is success. So whatever they told you you couldn't do, you prove them wrong and you go do it. Success being the greatest revenge, you guys. I still take that with me. I'm like, you know what? And then that's where I got my thing. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. That's that sassy me, you guys. That's that sassy me. But I love, love, love. My mom is just so, ooh, okay. Just so amazing. Um, I'm gonna change the name because I actually put the name in here, so I'm just gonna say I always use Bobby. I'm just say Bobby. I am grateful for Bobby speaking over my life this morning with words of encouragement and the manifestation of sales. Let me tell y'all something. When you have somebody in your corner who is speaking life into you, even when you don't think you need it, number one, you better be thankful for them. Number two, be thankful for their words and write it down, because guess what? That inspiration, that encouragement that they gave you, you're going to need that. You're going to need that one day. And I promise you, like, I seriously go back and read through my gratitude journals. And you know what this tab is right here? I got to the point where I wasn't just reading it. I started typing it in a Google Doc. Just one day I was feeling funky. I said, no, you got to do something more than read this. You got to feel it all over again. So type it. That's where I left off. Now I'm like 7 journals behind. Don't judge me. I don't care if you do. But when you have someone who really believes in you and is encouraging you and doesn't want anything from you, but just to love on you, man, that is priceless. You know, and is real about it. You know, not just saying that to butter you up, buttercup, but is really real about it and believes in your dream. You definitely, definitely, definitely want to keep them with you, near you. Just, ooh, ah, that was refreshing. I had to get all in my gut about that, y'all. Then I wrote, I am grateful for the ability to read and write. It's amazing. First of all, to be able to read is like you can go and see, here comes my mama wisdom. We used to always read books. We had our own personal libraries, right? And how many of you, I gotta do side note, how many of you remember a lot of the things, a lot of the passions that you had or things that you did when you were younger, and you think, oh, that's just when I was young. No, no, hunty. Those are the things that are coming in you that are going to pour through from you later on in life. You're building, that's part of your foundation. So back to my mom. She would tell us, you know, if you can read, you can go anywhere you want to and never have to leave the house. And reading made me interested in other things. Reading was freedom. And you know, reading was freedom because of our heritage. When we were not allowed to be able to read and write. Words have power. Knowledge is power. So we were able to go anywhere. I'm telling you, that's how I made new friends. I met Anne Shirley of Anne of Green Gables. You know, I met Heidi and her grandfather on the mountain. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was able to go to Switzerland and be in the mountain with Heidi and see the relationship that her and her grandfather had. I was able to understand where Anne Shirley was coming from because she was an orphan and these 2 older people adopted her, which also made me appreciate my sister more because she's adopted, my youngest. I have 3, okay? So it was like, wow, but those books. And I remember, now some of y'all may not remember this. I remember when you used to have book sales, book fairs and stuff like that, but there was something called the Weekly Reader. And it was like a book club for kids, right? So you could get what was it? Was it newsletters that would come to the classroom? If you had paid for membership, you would get a Weekly Reader newsletter, and then if you what did we sign up for, a summer program, and you would get mail. We used to love getting mail, y'all. But so then they also had this set of books, and it was teaching you about money, teaching you about relationships, how to get along with your brothers and sisters. And how I know that one is because my mom read that book to us a lot. We would literally have, right after bath time, I don't even know what time we went to bed then, but right after bath time, and getting dressed for bed, my mom, we had this upper room that we would go into, and it was like it was surrounded by windows, and it was really really gorgeous. But she would sit with a book, and we would literally have story time. So we would she would read the book, and it has interactive questions. So then we would have discussions about what she just read, and it was just so like, wow. But I remember I wanted to do that with my son because that was valuable for me. And he is a reader as well. He reads a lot of stuff, so I'm happy. And I always tell him what my mom told me. If you read so many things and you learn so many ideas and perspectives, you can talk and have a conversation to anyone about anything because you've read about it. You can participate. You're not just a listener, but you're an active participant. Now, man, these are the lessons that we were getting at. Let me see. I had to be 9 because we got my sister the day after her 8th birthday. So I know we started that part, when I was 9. Um, yeah, because otherwise she was just, reading to me. That's a long story, y'all, because I know y'all doing the math. Like, how is it only you? I got 2 half sisters and a little adopted. But everybody is equal in my thing. So then one of my favorite shows back then was Reading Rainbow. Butterflies in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, Reading Rainbow. I can't sing, but I did that for you because I love you. You. So writing also became, you know, um, very therapeutic, right? I've always kept a journal. I love to write and express myself. And I remember when I was 15, I was like, I'm going to try writing poetry. Well, I wrote the poetry, and I sent it off to the national, what was it? National, I don't remember. It was national. The National Library of Poetry. I don't remember what it was. But I sent off my poem and it had got accepted and it was going into this anthology. And I was like, whoa, whoa. I hadn't told my parents until it had happened because I wrote the poem in study hall, you know. Um, so that had to be a sophomore. I was 15 then. And so, anyway, but I fell in love with writing. And so I would write stuff, and I still write stuff to this day. There's stuff, short stories, little stuff that I've published, articles that are out there. Um, Somewhere in cyber world. But anyway, so I fell in love with reading and writing, and I realized that was my escape. Not that I needed to escape, but you know how you want to build a world of your own or be in a world of your own? That man, okay. So anyway, I stayed there long, didn't I? I stayed there long. So then I am grateful that I get to share my art with the world. So I get to share with you guys. It's like, so I just told you how I used to write articles and stuff. I hear a bird in the airplane. Sorry, you guys. Okay. I got distracted. I'm not even gonna cut that out because that's real. That I get distracted. Um, I had to enjoy all the things, while I'm out here. It's gonna rain today. It's kind of dark. I'm gonna enjoy that too. I love rain. Um, But it was my mom who actually encouraged me to share my joy. And she was like, you have too many talents not to be tapping into them. And I'm very shy, you guys. You see how long it took me to get on camera and talk to you. But I was like, just do it. Life is too short. You got to do it. So I did it. And the last entry in purple is I am grateful for my creativity. Um, I am. And now you'll once I share more of my journals with you, you will understand that I say that a lot. I believe I even wrote it in my updated journal this morning. I am grateful for my creativity because creativity gives you a means of expressing yourself. You know, you can be a creative storyteller. Just in conversation, you capture everyone's attention. You may be so funny and you may be this inside, comedian, whatever, that is like so humorous that you got people rolling over and laughing and holding their gut. And they be like, how do you come up with this stuff? Like my older sister, oh my gosh. We first of all, the Fantastic Four, that's what I like to call us. We crack jokes all the time. But when I tell you that you say something to her, V, I'm gonna call her V. You say something to V, and boom, her clap back is like, dang, I ain't even got time to respond. Girl, you got me. Oh, don't mess with her, because Lizzie, she kept calling me Brokeback Mountain because of my foot, y'all. So when she called me, she be like, what's up, Brokeback Mountain? I'm like, so finally I tell her, I said, hey, real talk, sis. Have you ever seen the movie Brokeback Mountain? She was like, no. I said, right. I can tell because if you did, you wouldn't be calling me Brokeback Mountain. It has nothing to do with my ankle. So I gave her the synopsis of that movie. And she was like, oh. I'm like, yeah. I said, yo, clap back. You got to do your research first, boo. So anyway, I was just sharing with you some of the entries from my gratitude journal. You guys, what did you write today? Did you have a journal at all? Like seriously, or are you now like inspired to write it? Because remember, this was the first journal, the very first entry. And that was in 2018. And somebody gonna look and tell me what day that September 5th, 2018 is. And I got something for you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm gonna make you something beautiful. Because I do weird stuff. Because y'all my friends now. You get to know me. You're my creative friend. But anyway, what inspired you today? Or what inspired you to write or create a gratitude journal? Because, honey, I just found out that my physical therapist also keeps a gratitude journal. So I know I'm rolling with the right people because y'all know y'all attracting positive energy and all that stuff. So, anyway, what are you grateful for today? Let's talk about it. So, until the next time, you guys, and I got to go shoot more videos because we got so much more to talk about. But until next time, enjoy and be blessed. I am thankful for you tuning in today. I am thankful for you loving on me and letting me love on you. It's real, y'all. It's real. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day.